Hi all, so welcome back to my channel Code Basics. So today we will be seeing some basic Unix commands to start with. So these are the commands which we will be going through today. So around 23 commands we will be going through one by one. So for this, let's open Ubuntu and we will start using the commands. So the first command which we will be using is who am I. So it will give you the current user logged in. So it is showing my name. Okay. Then we will be seeing date command. So whenever you want to see your system date or current date, then you can use date command. So it will give you the current system date. Then next command is pwd. So it will print your current working directory. Okay. So if we put pwd and press enter, you can see it is showing the directory in which I am currently working. Okay, then we will be seeing mkdir command. So what mkdir command do is it will create a directory. Okay, so if we want to create any directory, you can give the name as test. Okay, so the directory is created. Then if you want to see whether directory is created or not, you can use ls. Okay, or you can use ls-l to list it. You can see here this test directory is created. Okay, and then we will see cd command. So what cd command do, it will help to change a directory. So as you can see, when I used pwd, I am presently in this directory. Then I have created one test directory. Now I want to enter into that test directory. So what we will do, we will use cd and then test. Okay, then if you use pwd, you can see here you are now in test directory. And since it's a newly created directory, there are no files, nothing. So if you use ls-l, you can see total 0, nothing is there. Okay. After that, we can use rmdir, that is removing a directory. Okay, so this command is used to remove a directory. So for example, we have created this test and now we want to remove it. So what you have to do, you have to just use, since you are in this test directory, you cannot delete this directory now. Okay, if you just use rmdir test, you will give an it will give an error. So you can see here, failed to remove test, no such file or directory. So for this, we have to come out of this directory. What we will do, we will just use cd dot dot. Okay, now if you use pwd, you can see you are not into the test directory, you are into the home directory. Then you can use ls-l test and then you use rmdir command. So it is deleted. Okay, now if you put ls-l, you can see only the Linux folder, not the test folder. Okay, so we have covered these commands. Okay, now next one is touch command. So what it will do, it will help to create a file. Okay, so for example, we will create that test directory. Okay, ls-l. Now we will go into this test folder. Okay, you can see we are in test. Now we are using touch command. Touch, suppose we are creating one file. I am giving as file1.txt. Then you can use ls-l. You can see here file is created. Okay, so this touch command will help to create a file. Now you can use vi editor to put some contents in that file. Okay, so I will make a separate video in for vi editor, how to use vi editor and how to use the commands there. Okay, now you can use vi editor and your file1.txt. Now we are into insert mode and you want to put some line or text, whatever you want. So like, hi all, this is for testing vi editor. Okay, then you can put we are learning Unix commands. We are also learning Linux commands. Okay, then you just save it and come out of it. Then if you again open this in VI editor, you will see whatever we have put into that file. You can see here all the text is present. Hi all, this is for testing VI editor. Everything you can see. Okay, so like this way you can put the contents in a file through VI editor. Okay, so these two are done. Now we will see rm command. Okay, so since you have this file, you want to delete it. So what you will do, just rm file1.txt. So this file is removed. If you now use ls-l, you will see no such file. Okay, got it? So this command is also we have learned. Now suppose in a folder we create multiple files. Okay, so suppose touch file 1.txt. Okay, touch file 2.txt, touch file 3.txt. These are all text files. Now you create one touch file 4 dot suppose xls. Okay, touch file 5 dot suppose csv. Okay, so if you now give ls-l, you can see all the 5 files we have created here. Okay, now suppose in this folder you want to only see the text files. Okay, then what you will do, you will put ls star dot txt. So you can see only the text files are getting displayed. Or you can put ls-l star dot txt. You can see this CSV and XLS files are not showing, only it is showing the text files. And similarly, if you want, you can use this command to display the XLS files. So for example, ls-l start dot XLS. You will see this file 4 because it is having XLS extension. Okay. Now let me clear this. So this one you have learned ls start dot file extension. It will list all the files of that particular type. Now we will use cat command. Okay. So what it does, it will help to display the content of the file. Okay. So in our terminal, we have these files. Okay. Now if we want to see the content in file 1, so we can see, you can see here it is having hi all, how are you, and all this content it is having. Similarly for file 2, you can see this is the content. Okay, similarly for file 3, you can see this is the content. Okay, so this is by this way you can see the content of a file using cat command. Okay, now this cat file name 1, file name 2, and we will redirect into a file name 3. So what it does, it will help to add the contents of different files in a single new file. Okay, so for example, we have these files. Now we want to put the content of file 1.txt and file 2.txt into a new file, file 6.txt. Okay, now you use ls-l, you can see that file is created. Okay, now if you use cat command, you can see here, so whatever the content it was present in file 1 and file 2 has been merged into a single file in file 6.txt. Okay, so this is the way you can merge the contents of different file into a single file. Okay, so this cat command is done, we have learned. Now tac command. So if you see only the cat command file1.txt, you can see it is the content, okay, using cat. But if we use the reverse of cat, that is tac, and file1.txt, you can see the content of the file is reversed. Okay, so in the cat command you have seen this is the first line, but in tac this is the last line, so it got reversed. Okay, so using tac command you can reverse the content of a file. Okay, now we will see cp command. So cp command, it is used for copying a file or directory. Okay, so suppose we want to copy the content of cp file1.txt into a new file. Okay, so for example file 7.txt. Now you can see file 7.txt is created, and you just do a cat, you can see whatever the content it was present in file 1 is copied into files 7.txt. Okay, so by this way you can copy. Similarly, you have move command, mv command. So what it does, it helps to rename a file or directory. Okay, so let me clear it, -l. Now you want to rename this file 7.txt to some other name, so we will use move command and give a separate name. For example, linux file dot txt. Now you see that file 7 which was there earlier is not present. Now it is renamed to linux file dot txt. Okay, so using mv command we can rename any file. Okay, so we covered up to this much. Now we will learn head command. So what it does, it will help to display the first 10 lines of a file by default. So for example, if we see in cat file 3.txt, we have all these lines, okay, all the cities, okay, current city. Now we want head file 3.txt. You see only the first 10 lines are displayed, okay. And if you want to see, this is by default, it will give you the 10 lines of that file. If it is having 2 lines, then in head file.txt you will get the 2 lines, but if it is having 15 lines or 100 lines, you will get only first 10 lines. But if you want from that file to display only the first 5 lines, so head hyphen 5 and then file 3.txt, you can see only first 5 lines. Okay, so by default head will give 10 lines, first 10 lines, and if you want explicitly to see suppose 5 or 2 or 8 or 3, then you can put hyphen and that number. Okay, it will show you that number of lines. Okay, so similarly we have tail command, so it is just the opposite of head, so it will display last 10 lines of a file by default. So for example, if we use tel hyphen file3.txt, you can see only the last 10 lines of the file is displayed, okay, by default. So if you want to see only the last two lines, then what you have to do, you just put tel hyphen 2 and then file3.txt. You can see the last two lines is displayed. Okay, so by this way we can use head and tail commands. So these two also we have learned. Okay, now we will see more command. What this more command do? It will help to display large contents of a file using enter or spacebar. Okay, so for example, you have a very big file which contains thousands of lines. Okay, so in your terminal, if you use cat, it will not give you the whole content of that thousand or more lines. Okay, so at that time you can use more command. Okay, so for example, here we will use more file3.txt. You can see up to 66% of this file is displayed. Now if you put enter, you can see, you can able to see the next lines. Okay, like this, done. So using more command, you can display the large contents of a file using enter, okay, in the terminal. Then we will see grep command. Okay, so today we will just see the basic grep command, but in advance I will make another video which will help to use grep command in a more convenient way. Okay, so here what we will do, so for example, if you do a cat of file3 dot txt, you can see there are multiple lines which are having cities like Pune, Kolkata, Mumbai. So we want to grep, suppose Pune in file3.txt. So it gives you the lines which contains Pune. So these number of lines are having Pune. Okay, so for example, if you want to filter, suppose Kolkata, you can see these number of lines are having Kolkata. Okay, and if you want to see Chennai, you can see only three lines are having Chennai. So by this way you can search a pattern using grep command. After that we will see diff command. So what this diff command do, it will help to find the difference of two files. For example, we have this file1 and file2.txt. Okay, so if we use diff file1.txt and file2.txt, you will see only this is the difference. We will practice the commands after the tutorial. Okay, because if you do cat of file1.txt, you can see this content, and if you do cat file2.txt, you can see this content. So difference of these two is only this line. Okay, so that's what it has given here. Okay, so by this way we can see the difference of two files using diff command. Okay, after that we have nl command. So what it does, it will help to give the line numbers in a file. Okay, so for example, if you use nl and file3.txt, you can see it is giving the serial number or line number. Okay, so we can see there are total 60 lines in this file. Okay, if you only do cat file3.txt, it will not give the line numbers, you can see here. But if we use nl command, it will give the line numbers. Okay, and the last one is clear command. So as you can see, I have used this clear command multiple times, so it will clear all the text and contents from the current terminal, and it will keep your terminal clean. Okay, so you can use clear and you can see all the text were removed. Okay, so These are all the commands which we have learned today. These are basic commands to start with. There are more advanced commands in Unix, and Unix is very powerful. So we will see every command in detail in my upcoming videos. So thank you for watching, and we will post more videos in our upcoming sessions. Okay, so thank you all.